Isn't that a fool?
Hi, Scott Orlin with CINEMA-Magazin. It is my pleasure to bring you Academy Award-winning actor Christian Bale, this time for the movie Exodus, Gods and Kings. Moses, I mean, you've played some historical or real people before in your career, but as iconic as this man is, what type of intellectual challenge was it for you to embrace who this guy really is?
Well, I tell you, the thing with Moses is that he wasn't a simple man whatsoever. He was a very, very, very complex man, very contradictory sometimes in nature. You know, liberator, lawgiver. In our film, we have him as a general of armies as well, and he's an iconoclast and someone in a very, very violent time. And the thing I was so surprised at was how fascinated I was with Moses, and a lot of conversations with me and Rid early on was me saying, but there's so much more that happens. There's so much more, after, later on in the 5 books, and then within the episode that we're looking at. But you need this to be about a 2-hour-long film, so it's painful, but you have to cut some of that stuff.
And two, because so many people think of Moses from the Charlton Heston version, or at least they have an impression upon
Me
that.
too. Me too.
But yet, I presume when you first stepped foot in front of the cameras with Ridley, you wanted to have your own image of who this guy was. So could you talk a little bit about the hair, the wardrobe, what you wanted?
I can't possibly do Charlton Heston. I mean, he's nobody can. He does his thing. But there's an iconic idea of who Moses is. And the problem was that I just finished making a film called American Hustle. And I got a little bit rotund, to say the least. And so I walked in to Ridley. He'd already asked me to do this. I walked into Ridley, and I'm a little on the, we're going to say, robust side. And I'd also shaved my head completely, right down to the scalp. So the iconic image of Moses is long hair and fairly gaunt, right? And I'm the opposite. I've got no hair and a lot here. So you can see Rid kind of going, oh my gosh, bloody hell. And we've only got a couple of months. You can see him thinking, all right, how do we manage this one? But then we said, it spans many years. And really? Like with this story, with everything that's fascinating about it, we're going to get hung up on the hair. That's got to be the most important thing, is this superficial element. But so we decided, okay, we can play with this. We can use where we're at. And I always said, I don't want to have any wigs or glued on beards, And so, we get our iconic look. We do have that. But, he's a man who went through many different changes, and he shifted shape. Throughout his life. He started as this general, this prince of Egypt. He then got this purification, then he got his calling, and became an inspired a man, and a liberator. So we said, okay, right, we can mix it all up, and wonderfully so. And so often you find that with films, that it's actually the very obstacles that you have initially that sometimes end up playing and becoming the strengths.
You're kind of like a Moses of acting. You're a shapeshifter as well, so I congratulate you on the different looks.
Well, thank you for that.
Christian, as always, such a pleasure. Congratulations. Phenomenal performance. And this is Scott Orlin. Until next time.
The gerbil gets his time off now.